this place was a booming, and you couldn't get through this town down there. But it's dead now. About 8 or 10 coal mines shut down at one time.
Let's go!
It's the same halftime speech every single week.
There's so much negativity surrounding this place that no one ever focuses on the positive. They see us as ignorant or hillbillies.
Overdose capital of the East Coast.
There's really more here than just poverty and illiteracy and drugs. There's a lot of good people here.
When you walk on this field, you better have tunnel vision. Don't look left, don't look right. You look at that scoreboard, and that shit burning your heart, you understand me? We got some ground to make up. And once we make that ground up, we'll take off. Let's go.
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la.
New York City, where I live. And it's easy to think, having lived here nearly all my life, that this is what America looks like, thinks like, that the things that are important to me are important to everybody, that every place else is out there, unthinkable, maybe even unknowable. "600 miles away from Midtown Manhattan is McDowell County, West Virginia. Another America. In the mind of many of my fellow New Yorkers, the heart of God, guns, and Trump country. The existential enemy.
There is a place on God's creation, a place of beauty beyond compare. Some people say it's almost heaven. Look for me, and you'll find me there.
My daddy always told me, you know, those tornadoes and hurricanes, they can't get to us. We're down in these mountains and down in the holler, and these mountains protect us. Here, if you're gonna see the sky, you gotta look up.
You can find me on the highest mountain. You can find me in the black coal mine.
To think about, much less empathize with somebody who comes from 5 generations of coal miners in a place that looks like this is, to our enduring shame, unthinkable. Why can't these coal miners get retrained, maybe put up solar panels for a living? Why would these conservative, deeply religious people vote for a thrice-married billionaire New Yorker? Well, I went to West Virginia, and you know what? Screw you. Here in the heart of every belief system I've ever mocked or fought against, I was welcomed with open arms by everyone. I found a place both heartbreaking and beautiful. A place that symbolizes and contains everything wrong and everything wonderful and hopeful about America. The town of Welsh, known in its glory days as Little New York.
Welch is a very rural area. I mean, it's an hour away from Walmart. I mean, if that tells you anything. It's a real old historic town built in the 1800s.
The American dream in miniature. A place where generations of immigrants and dreamers could work and lift up their family.
The town of Welch, when it was booming, the sidewalks were so crowded, they would be traffic backed up like a mile. You couldn't find a place to park.
The rest of the country took a lot of money out of these hills over the decades. billions and billions of dollars. And when it became cheaper or more convenient to pull the coal we needed to power our electrical grids and to make our steel elsewhere, this is what was left behind. But this is not a poverty porn show. Do not pity the people here, who, despite what you may think, are not unrealistic about a return to the glory days of coal and better times.
I drank coffee from the time I could walk. They put coffee in your bottle, coffee or wine.
Linda McKinney is a true daughter of Appalachia. She raised her children here. Linda's husband, Bob McKinney, is a longtime mine safety inspector.
Now, your family originally from Naples, is that right?
Yes.
Naples area?
Came here in 1923, trying to strike it rich in the coal mines. My mother died when I was 5, so we went to live with my nonna, and the first day I was there, she pulled me up to a cook stove.
Dinner is a not untypical expression of hard-scrabble Appalachian practicality.
Now, I don't measure anything, so nothing has a recipe here.
And Neapolitan roots.
This my dad would call pizzellis, this peas. Make your mama dance. Now, this is what I'm famous for in these parts. Have you ever had spaghetti pizza? No, you haven't. Don't say you haven't.
Nearby, Joel runs an organic hydroponic farm that supplies the local school system.
Most of you've all got your potatoes, right?
Linda runs 5 loaves and 2 fishes, a food bank that holds many of the lives here together during tough times.
God, we just thank you for this day that we're able to give food out again. This is not a regular give out. Watch over us, protect us, help us to keep cool heads. Father, we pray over the food we're about to eat for the nourishment of our body. Just bless it in the name of Christ. Amen.
Amen.
The coal that came out of this area built America,
yes.
Right?
McDowell County alone was called the $1 billion coal field. The last coal mines I worked at, I made base salary was $94,000 a year. I also taught vocational school, and most of the kids that I had said, well, I don't need this, I'm gonna go in the coal mine.
There's just an education piece there now that we're trying to instill in some of the people that still have that mentality that coal was king. And you know, we don't doubt that, but we try to think outside the box and look at some other opportunities that might be there.
Get more physical. Let's go. Run.
The Mount View Golden Knights have long carried the mantle of the town as perpetual underdogs, mostly the children of miners, many from very difficult situations at home.
Why are you walking? Hurry up!
This week, it's homecoming.
Whistle!
Coach Larry Thompson has of late imposed some order and higher academic standards on the Knights. There are high hopes.
Lord, thank you for this food we're about to receive. Bless these young men and these young women as they cheer and as they play on the field. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Let's go eat, guys. These kids, you know, they got long days. They wake up 4:45, 5 o'clock, and they don't leave off the hill with us till about 7 o'clock after practice, so, you know, they go through a lot.
How many generations of coal in your family?
At least 5.
Wow.
Coach Mike Anderson is second in command.
Coal in anybody else's family? Yeah?
Nah, like trash man, that's a really common job in my family.
Don't feel bad. Trash men make more money than teachers do, Chop.
Fred Fatback Minko, Micah Woogie McLaughlin, and Cole Chavo Anderson are in many ways typical Mount View players and students with the hopes and dreams of, well, any other high school students.
Homecoming.
It is.
How big a deal is football in general and this game and what you guys do?
A lot of these kids, they understand that there's not a lot of resources here. Before, you can kind of feel the dreariness that kind of lingered around the community. But now, you know, with these boys winning, the work ethic they're putting in, you can feel the support, and they feel it. They feel that sense of pride.
How's this football program changed your life?
It give me something to do, stay out of trouble.
Some of these guys have changed 100%. They had no guidance, no discipline, and as a team in here relying on each other, their limits are out of this world.
Now, in the past, you could make big money in working in coal. You don't have that kind of guarantee now. What do you see yourself doing in 10 years?
Journalism.
Journalism.
I hope in 10 years, I hope to be studying my PhD to be a mechanical engineer.
Mechanical engineer.
Yes, sir. I'm definitely going to be a neuropsychologist.
Neuropsychologist? Yeah, what's tougher, life or football?
Life. Life, definitely. There's no halftime in life. There's no timeouts in life. There's no none of that. That was a really good answer.
Love thy brother is one thing. That's all well and good. But these guys want to win. They need to win. And everyone will be watching.
Appalachia is my name.
West Virginia was settled by people who were fleeing persecution, by homesteaders, people who just wanted to live their lives their own way. But the discovery of vast coal reserves and the big business that grew up around it changed everything. The town of War understands this dynamic well. It's a former coal and timber camp that has more than paid its dues. The War Cafe is one of the few family-owned businesses left in town.
It's an obvious New Yorker arrives in town. First question, why no self-service?
I mean, the mountains, it's hard to get signals down into each individual valley.
Nick Mullins is a former coal miner turned writer, working in public outreach, trying to help people transition away from fossil fuel.
Try calling an ambulance here and getting to the closest hospital. They don't deliver babies at the hospital in this county anymore.
Elaine McMillian Sheldon is an Oscar-nominated documentary filmmaker born and raised in southern West Virginia.
If you were describing this area, church-going, gun rights important, a lot of people of my ilk, that's not going to resonate at all. In fact, it sounds threatening.
Right, but both sides are saying the same thing. Both sides feel threatened by each other. And I would say a majority of people that live in this region want to be left alone. The traditions of this place, the things that we value, whether that be family, interpersonal communication, not having cell phone technology to distract us, those types of things sort of butt up against America's idea of progress. And it's why we've always been looked at as being backwards. Being part of the media but living here is a really big challenge because rarely people like myself actually are the ones that control our narrative, that control our story.
Right.
It was always too easy to come gawk at West Virginia, to make it the poster child for whatever the agenda of the moment was. Lazy depictions of stereotypical West Virginians, hillbillies and hicks tucked into isolated hollers to be pitied or made objects of laughter and derision.
If you Google Appalachia to this day, you're gonna see dirty-faced kids barefoot on a front porch shaking Lyndon B. Johnson's hand. There's a lot more to Appalachia than that.
In 1964, Lyndon Johnson declared his war on poverty. A good thing, yes? But the accompanying press tour, portraying the people here as an incapable and bewildered, helpless mass, missed the basic, essential character, the pride and the self-reliant core of the people here. That damage is lasting.
When you come in and keep telling us how poor, fat, how all these things are, I think we've all felt it at some point, shame.
What should people know about this area that they don't know, that they're not getting?
It's just how much that people in this area have been exploited. Land agents who came in and bought up all the mineral rights. It's the coal and timber companies that started extracting and taking everybody's labor rights.
I can't find a big coal company who's got too much money.
Politicians from D.C., they could make a quick day trip down here and get a good soundbite.
Who is a miner in this group? Who is the stand-up? You're all standing up anyway.
The drug companies.
9 million pills in Kermit, West Virginia over 2 years. One pharmacy, 9 million
One
pills.
pharmacy, a town of 372 people.
The other side of this is that Democrats, they don't take a lot of time to understand the problems here.
I just want to know how you can say you're going to put a lot of coal miners out of jobs and then come in here and tell us how you're going to be our friend.
I don't think people understand just how genuine and wonderful the people are in these mountains. People who have just worked all their lives and who sacrifice so much for their families.
You cannot talk about West Virginia without talking about coal. And coal is a complex issue here, tied into the cell tissue and family pride of the people who have worked in the mines for generations.
Yeah, but that coal mines is something else, you know, but you got to take care of yourself in there.
That fan is blowing about 200,000 cubic feet of air into the mine, the fresh air.
When you go in that mine, you know where you're going to get live, see outside again.
Today we're going about 5,000 feet.
5,000 feet deep.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Pat Graham is the foreman at the Paycar mine in Kimball.
This is for steel.
Yeah. The average wage of a miner is 60% greater than the average wage of all laborers in the United States. That's pretty phenomenal. It's easy to see why people in McDowell County want mining jobs.
I'm staying in a town nearby, Welch. There's no bar.
Let's go get the beer and head back on top of the ridge.
Wow.
Heavenly Father, we'd like to gather here to thank you for this opportunity to support our families. Please watch after us, keep us safe while we're underground working. Amen.
Amen.
What do you got?
Bear meat and chicken.
Oh, damn.
I may just put my sandwich back here if you got bear meat.
That's delicious. Do you think the country as a whole, do you think they understand the coal business at all, what coal mining is about?
No.
You don't really understand at all.
When you travel from New York to here, whether you're on a boat, plane, train, or in the sky, or driving on a car, it's because of a mine.
Mining causes damage to the environment. Of this, there is no doubt. But what cannot be grown must be mined. There ain't no cell phones, for instance, without mines somewhere.
Does anybody think it's going to come back big time, like 30 years ago? Or
My personal opinion, every time a Republican's in there, it goes up.
This used to be a solidly Democratic state. What do you think made Trump attractive?
Hillary shows up here, and she openly said she's going to put a lot of coal miners out of work. Wrong answer.
How many kids you got?
6.
If you saw your kids have other options, would you recommend that they join the family business?
No, sir. No. I'd about guarantee you, everybody here, their dad who worked in the coal mines probably told their son, don't go into the coal mines. That's what I was told. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to tell them, no, don't do it. You know, if they do, you're going to be proud. I'm proud. From the stickers we put on our buckets, from the stickers we put on our hats, to my coffee mug there, passed down. If I don't mess that thing up, if my son goes to the mines, that's going to be his.
I'm a stone's throw from the mill, and I'm a good walk to the river. When my working day is over, we'll go swim our cares away.
It's so easy from afar to say that coal's time here has come and gone, that we should let the miners move, find some other work. What other work? The state's biggest employer is now Walmart.
Now I've seen my share of trouble, and I've held my weight in shame.
Whatever your views, respect these people, what they do, and what they've paid.
bloodshot eyes. Get me drinking that moonshine. Get me higher than the grocery bill. Take my troubles to the high wall. Roll in the river and get your fill. Lord, it's a mighty hard live, but a damn good feeling to run these roads.
So these things have to be durable, to say the least. I mean, you're pounding the hell out of them.
Actually built to be indestructible.
Indestructible.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Well, I guess we broke it.
This batshit crazy vertical Mad Max drag race come demolition derby is called rock bouncing.
Keep my neck from bouncing around too much.
Yeah, and what it's actually designed for is major collisions, and it keeps your head from tearing off your body.
Adam Ringer is a native son, jack of many trades, and a man who's all too happy to spend the day trashing some hills just to show me a good time.
Get me drinking that moonshine. Get me higher than the grocery bill. Lord, it's a mighty hard living, but a damn good feeling to run these roads.
So that was pretty badass.
You got your frog legs, turtle patties.
Eric Williams is a hunter and trapper who caught most of this meal wading waist deep in the swamp on his property.
You ever ate snapping turtle?
Well, I'm deaf there, so I'm not missing that.
Smallmouth bass, catfish, barbecued and fried.
Wow, what a spread.
We actually climb stuff that's vertical.
Straight up.
Yep. Yeah, this race this weekend, the last 30 feet of the hill, the second hill, was actually vertical. You had to hit it with enough momentum to skip up over it and land on top.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why you got to have a lot of horsepower.
But too much power can get you in a lot of trouble also.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah. Horsepower's not always the key to success, but it's always a lot of fun.
Hopefully you can come back and try the Barbie Jeep thing.
Guns are a fact of life around here. Whether as a means to defend your isolated home, get yourself dinner when there's no place else to get it, or just for the fun of shooting stuff. The feeling that gun ownership is an absolute right and non-negotiable runs deep here.
Everybody's backyard look like this?
Ours does.
Justin and Ashley McMillian are the nice couple next door. If unusually heavily armed.
Our muzzle brake are the only kind that actually reduce recoil, muzzle rise, and flash.
They own JMac Customs, a home business that designs and builds custom weapons and parts.
So this keeps you on target and makes sure that you're safe while you're shooting. 3, 2, 1.
Now, to be clear, these are fully automatic firearms. They cannot be purchased legally by individuals anywhere. But as they're in the business, these guys can apply for special, highly vetted ATF licenses for purposes of product development and testing.
That was a lot of fun. To the child, what can I say?
Who wants to blow up pumpkins?
Just mixed up a binary explosive. 3, 2, 1.
Whatever you feel about gun rights, there is an undeniable, visceral thrill to blowing shit up. People who like guns like them for a reason.
It's a whole lot of America right there.
Yeah, not mine.
Two choices, venison or beef, with or without cheese.
Venison and cheese.
Yeah.
Wow, nice selection.
That's what I'll have.
So everybody born and bred here, or?
I've lived in Canada for a long time, stayed in England for quite a while. No matter how long I'm gone, I always come back. Can't just load the Jeep up with a bunch of guns and stay out there for 7 days, and, you know, you can't really do that anywhere else.
That's probably one of the greatest things about West Virginia. You know, we can enjoy whatever we want to enjoy. I'm not trying to force my opinions on anybody else. That being said, we will defend ours.
Yeah.
I was guessing.
Yeah.
I grew up in an environment, you see somebody at the supermarket carrying a handgun, that would be a cause for red alert. Do you think there can be common ground between somebody who grew up absolutely thinking guns are a bad thing?
I say no.
Okay, you're an honest man, and I appreciate it. What do you think?
I'm a responsible gun owner. Why should I be crippled in what I'm able to do as far as protecting my family?
Look, I hear you. But there's a fair number of people in this world who are just, too dumb to pour piss out of a boot. 90-year-old drivers in Florida, they still got their license, but should they be driving?
Right.
I mean, a few years ago, my father was involved in a shooting at his pharmacy that he works at. The man came in, he had a weapon. My dad concealed carries. He drew his weapon and fired. If they take guns away from law-abiding citizens, then it's just going to be the criminals that have it.
It should be pointed out, it has to be pointed out, faced head-on, that shortly after we filmed here, a gunman in Las Vegas with a perfectly legal weapon fired off 1,100 rounds in 10 minutes, wounding 422 people and killing 58. Shortly after that, 17 students were murdered in Parkland, Florida, with a legally purchased semi-automatic rifle. And the list goes on, with victims of mass shootings that have happened since this conversation measured in the hundreds. So there is that to think about, too.
I don't know whether the Founding Fathers anticipated the kind of firepower that we've been playing with today. We live in a different world.
There are the nice people who live next door who like guns, and unfortunately, there seem to be a whole lot of people who aren't nice at all. Lola Klein is a single mother of 4 children, and in many ways emblematic of both the difficulties and inherent strengths of people around here.
Where do you find them? In the trees or on the ground?
Trees.
Mostly up the trees.
Squirrels are more like, it's a waiting game. Find us a place and see it and watch for movement.
She and her best friend, LaShawna Huff, hunt together, raise kids together, and do their best to get by in a changing world that can get very hard.
When did you first go hunting? How old were you?
My grandpa took me when I was about 6. I just love this place.
My mom, she used to cook it and fix squirrel gravy.
Lola's neighbor's name may be Drema Lester, but everybody here calls her Ma.
58 years. I was born and raised here.
You ever think about leaving?
No.
Biscuit.
Homemade biscuits, homemade gravy.
Fried potatoes.
Fried potatoes, excellent.
Dear Lord, we come to you this day. Thank you for this food and bless the hands that fix this food. Thank you for each and every living day. Amen.
Amen. And thank you for letting us meet more friends.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Are you working on a farm nearby, is that right?
Yes. After the strip mines are done here, the land's usually, I mean, it's just useless. So we're trying to make a purpose. Pumpkins, watermelon, we're just trying to figure out what we'll grow on it.
So there's life after coal.
There's life after coal.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that squirrel?
Oh, man, it's good.
Good.
Thank you.
They call it wild and wonderful West Virginia.
It is. And your girls are how old?
My girls are 9, 8, 6, and 3.
Taught any of them to shoot yet?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them?
All of them. They think their mommy's a big hero, too, because she killed that big buck last year.
Yeah. How big was this thing?
250, weighed 250 pounds.
Yeah, you dragged that thing out of the woods yourself? Dress it?
Yes.
Cook it?
Yep. We don't rely on nobody. Yeah, there ain't nothing I can't do, and if I don't know how to do it, I'll learn. We're not a bunch of pregnant women barefooted with no teeth. I got all mine, you see.
What's the best thing about living in this area, and what's the worst thing?
The best thing is the people here.
There's probably nobody in the hollers I couldn't go say, hey, I'm hungry. Would you fix me a sandwich? Or...
And the worst thing?
See somebody that's on pills or drunk or out here just fighting.
What can you do?
Pray for him. That's all we can do.
Oh, little Liza. Oh, little Liza Jane.
Right here, they're called wood nettle. You've got a really nice kind of aromatic quality to them. With the pawpaws, it's better if you can kind of like feel them, see if they're ripe.
America's forgotten fruit, the pawpaw. Forgotten when most Americans stopped going to the forest for their food. But in West Virginia, they were never forgotten.
So that's a pawpaw ice cream with some candied wildflowers. And then this is an old-fashioned vinegar pie. It's in a class of pies called desperation pies that try to create something like a lemon pie, and you don't have lemon juice. What do? Put some vinegar and some nutmeg together and give it that same kind of tang.
Appalachia has a rich and deep culinary culture, increasingly fetishized, riffed on, appropriated for the genteel tastes of a hipster elite willing to pay big bucks for what used to be, and still is in many cases, the food of poverty.
We see that ramps are selling for $30 a pound in New York City that were harvested in West Virginia. And what's West Virginia seeing from that? Probably a guy that got about $2 a pound.
It becomes just another extractive industry,
right,
like coal or timber.
But
you sort of start to see that.
That's the story of West Virginia.
Yeah.
Chef Mike Costello and partner Amy Dawson are looking to keep that culture alive and appreciated and paying off locally for the region it originated in. Lost Creek Farm is their place. In the nucleus of that effort is the garden.
We have two different varieties that we're picking today. The one are the Logan Giants.
This seed is Logan Giant seeds, and they're an heirloom strain of bean, and I've saved these for 40 years.
This guy down at the end of the table, Lou, he said it's important for somebody to carry on these traditions. He gave me his stock of heirloom beans this year.
This is what heirloom looks like outside of Holy Foods. Fat horse beans, Candy Roaster squash, and Homer Fike's yellow ox heart tomatoes.
Nice and soft, and it's like a really sweet green tomato.
These ingredients define a near lost time and flavor.
We've got some sweet corn chowder. We've got these crackers, they're broken communion wafers. You know, the way that Appalachian food has always worked is you work within your means and you create something pretty special out of what you have at your disposal. And we've kind of suffered from this in a way. It created this sort of rush towards the middle class and a rush towards the perception that we're better than the foods that we used to have to eat.
Yeah, I think we were taught a lot to be embarrassed of our, hillbilly past, I remember coming home from school and my dad having hog's head on the kitchen table making head cheese and sauce. Like, I'd have mortified if somebody came over and saw that.
Yeah, a friend of mine's grandmother once told me, used to make this because we were poor. Now we make it because it's effing good.
Oh, what's that?
This is some buttermilk fried rabbit that we raise here at the farm.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of chow chow, some fresh maple syrup. Is it gross that we slaughter rabbits right behind us?
Which am I drinking here? The old school cider?
We actually came across a recipe from 1822 with elderberry cider, and it's a native plant here, so we put a little bit in there to see what it would do, and it came out wonderful.
You're using only West Virginia apples?
I am only using West Virginia apples.
That can't be cost effective.
It can and can't be.
Nobody's talking about money at this table, though.
This is another thing for me. We are often talked about as being this impoverished state. We are rich, as could be, in food and the things that we make as a culture and as a community.
You know, you look at something as simple as these pole beans. It took a community to save that seed. You know, every time we put food on the plate, there's a story about the way that people have always kind of bound together to survive.
Lord, bless everybody that's going to the game. Bless these young men and these young women as they cheer and as they play on the field.
It's Friday night, homecoming. The Summers County Bobcats versus the Mount View Golden Knights. And for the citizens of Welsh and McDowell County, this is a very big deal indeed. Everybody knows everybody else's families, asks after their kids by name. Mixed couples are common. There's an easy familiarity between people here.
Bang, bang, on three, 1, 2, 3. Get there!
So very much West Virginia tradition, coal mining and the military.
Yes, we were 10.5 years, Navy. We done been around and back.
You've been around. And you're back here.
Back here.
Monica Barner is a Mount View alum. Her husband, Sly, is a coach, and her sons, Elijah and Aliki, are on the team. Her daughter, Alisa, is a cheerleader, so it's personal for her.
Born and raised here, went to school here. Wouldn't have another way.
Come on, man!
A 78-yard run.
Garnett Edwards Jr. is a former Mount View player who went on to play college ball.
In this state of West Virginia, we got two things going on for us. It's church and sports. Now, if we lose a game, it's like losing our best friend.
The Golden Knights, nothing.
Fellas, just want you to play hard. Just want you to play hard and make smart decisions.
Daddy worked like a mule mining Pike County coal. He messed up his back and couldn't work anymore. He said, one of these days you'll get out of these hills. Well, Daddy, I've been trying, I just can't catch a break. There's too much in this world I can't seem to say. The moral colors of the return. Stop. Keep rolling
this ball game. Whenever you're in a bind, you stuck in a corner, you know what I'm saying? Fight through it. Fight your way out of it. And anything you do in life, in school, in football, as long as you got me and these coaches, and this community, that's all you need.
I grew up here, got married here. It's home.
Oh my goodness, there he is. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
So proud, so proud.
What are any of our hopes and dreams? A roof over our heads, some security, maybe even some happiness for our children. We all have that in common.
I wish y'all could come down here and see us, and when y'all do, I hope y'all enjoy it.
This is America. And if you can't embrace it, no matter how bitterly and fiercely we may disagree, there is no hope for any of us.
I've been living here 65 years. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I guess I'll be here till they cut the lights out.
Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
For a long time, we were forgotten about. We were the joke of the country, you know? And now I think we're the ones kind of having the last laugh. It's a magical, beautiful place to live, and you know, we're surrounded by amazing things. To be able to go outside and, you know, go out and jig a fish or shoot a moose or, you know, and go out and pick some berries, and to be able to bring that to the table and create a sense of place for people. When they look out the window, they know they're in Newfoundland. And it's just about, again, celebrating all the wonderful things that we have. And I think we got a lot to celebrate, you know?
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la
This is the shed. Just about every Newfoundlander, you know, this is their hangout spot, is the shed, oddly enough. It's like an escape. It's like a doghouse.
How do I say Newfoundland? I gotta get this right.
Understand.
I know, everyone says that, but that's not helping me. Okay? I'm gonna get my balls busted so bad.
Think of like Newfoundland. Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Newfoundland.
There you go. There you
Not
go.
Newfoundland.
Not Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Newfoundland, a rocky island off the east coast of Canada, extending into the North Atlantic. They may not be from here, but chefs, restaurateurs, noted raconteurs, Fred Moran and Dave McMillan were excited to explore this wild and beautiful rock with me. It's a part of Canada all its own, with its own distinctive history and culture. So, as entertaining as my Quebecois friends might be, I thought it wise to recruit some natives, Chef Jeremy Charles and his partner, Jeremy Bourdain. It's an all-dude affair.
What's on the menu today?
Codfish.
Codfish.
Yeah, or just fish.
Just fish.
Well, fish, when you say, you know, fish is cod in Newfoundland, you know, when you talk about fish, people just assume it's codfish. Living off the ocean is insane. It's unbelievable when you get out here and you see, and you're in the elements, and it makes you really respect people who work on the water, you know what I mean? Like,
guys used to row out here.
yeah, and like, you know, they just realize what it takes to get into the restaurant. It's not easy, right? So
Respect the fish and chips a little bit more.
Respect the fish and chips, man.
For over 500 years, the icy waters off Newfoundland's coast overflowed with a seemingly endless bounty of cod. Fishermen from all over, as far away as England, Portugal, and Spain, came here to pull them from the sea. They built entire food cultures around the delicate, white-fleshed fish, and for most of its history, cod defined the culture here. Cod was king.
Ottawa is about to announce a moratorium on northern cod. Small independents, big company trawlers, all will have to pull their nets and dock their boats.
But in 1992, after years of overfishing, the Canadian government shut the industry down.
6 generations down the line passed down, and he's done nothing but S-H-I-T to us.
The moratorium wiped out the main source of income for the province and ended a way of life. And though it's been loosened some, the moratorium is still in effect today.
What was the spirit of the people in '92?
Think about it. Think about your #1 industry.
No one could fish.
Your culture.
Nothing. Zero.
Yeah, it went from going out to jig a fish for your family or whenever you wanted to absolutely nothing. So it just like tore the heart and soul out of people.
Like people change cod for tilapia? Can I ask this though? Was it warranted, the closing down of the fishery?
Yeah, it was.
Thing was, I mean, a lot of the inshore small guys were talking about it for years, talking about we can't keep this up, like factory trawlers, and the fishery was just getting bigger and bigger. And it's like, how do you put a factory trawler that's just dragging the seas
the ocean
from multiple countries, including our own, for years and years, and not have an effect?
It was very dark times.
But better now.
Yes,
Getting
definitely.
better.
Yeah.
From what we've seen, and the fishermen, if you're talking to fishermen in the bays and stuff, cod's coming back.
Cod is king still.
Cod is still king.
Yeah.
What's your water depth?
140.
Okay, that's perfect. Let's give her a shot. So let's start with 2 lines and then see how much of a mess we've got with tide. 1. Yeah, I got a nibble. There you go.
Yeah.
Lift that rod.
Oh, there you go, Fred.
Nice one.
Wow. Next one is a moose.
No.
Great, on.
No, you got a big fish.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
No, go. There you go. Oh, it's a nice size one.
Yeah. 1 down, 14 to go, is it?
Yeah, go ahead, Brian. Are you guys drifting more east?
Oh, yeah. Fish on. There we go. I can see him there now.
All right.
Just keep him in the water.
All right.
Perfect. Well done yourself.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Oh, that's a nice size.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
That's why these things, when they stink, they bite like crazy.
There you go.
Well, I think that's the most successful fishing scene I've had in many, many years.
Oh, really?
We're surrounded by water, and we're not really a seafood-eating place. We live in this fish culture. It's been fishing here for hundreds of years, and fish was always not accessible to people here. So it was something that was always for export.
Right.
And so the fishery is changing a little bit. I think as well, it was always just a single species fishery, and now that's diversifying.
By necessity.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really important because we live on this island where food security is an issue.
Dale Jarvis works for the Intangible Cultural Heritage Development Office for the province of Newfoundland and Labrador, helping communities safeguard what they can of traditional culture.
What's changed as far as the way that, I'm going to try to pronounce it correctly, Newfoundlanders see themselves? I mean, something seems to be happening here as far as people here beginning to value their own products, their own traditional foodways.
Yeah.
That's a big change. And it's something that Jeremy Charles, for instance, has been doing very, very, very successfully. How important is that?
I think the one thing that has kept people here in the wake of the fisheries collapse, like the fish moratorium in 1992, so many people left, and what really has kept people here is that sense of tradition. I think sometimes there's this idea that tradition is static, and that isn't necessarily true. Tradition is always kind of changing in response to the environment. And people choose the things that they're passionate about, and they find a way to make that work. And I think Newfoundlanders have always had that tradition of making do and making things work in the situation where they are.
Here at the family-owned and operated Chase Landing, the specialty is fish and chips.
How's everything tasting?
Oh, really good, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Glad to hear.
Homemade fries, always a good thing. How Canadian is Newfoundland?
You know, we have this kind of complex relationship here in Newfoundland with the rest of Canada. You know, we're a very old British colony here, but we've only really been part of Canada since 1949. And I think for a long time, on the mainland of Canada, there was kind of this stereotype of Newfoundlanders as being, you know, poor and uneducated, kind of that goofy, newfie stereotype kind of stuff that happened. And over the past 10, 20 years, there's been a real shift in how the rest of Canada perceives Newfoundland, but I think also as how Newfoundlanders perceive themselves. And people, I think, are starting to say, hey, we don't have to just import food from, you know, the United States or Canada. You know, the stuff that we have here, the ingredients that we have here are actually pretty special.
You could actually shoot a bird and serve it in a restaurant. You do that in Montreal, you get arrested. You can shoot rabbits and serve them in restaurants.
Yeah, we have the benefit of that here.
No, this is an enormous and unique advantage.
Back at the shed, a classic fish and brews. A hearty sailor's stew of cod and hardtack.
Sweet, look at that. Whoa, what's this?
Scrunchions. Scrunchions.
Scrunchions?
Grab one. Salted pork fat.
They're crisp.
Oh, God.
Is that ridiculous?
Oh, I could just sit around and like
Pile that on bread.
some shit-stained underwear. Sit there in front of a television, eat those all day like, ah.
You'll have to change them before jiu-jitsu, those are the same underwear.
That's what must.
Yes.
Well, look at that, it's beautiful.
Are you searching for the parts?
Yeah, just kind of get a bit of everything.
Garnish with scrunchions?
Yeah. Soigné.
Yeah. It's pretty much the dish, you know? Thank you, sir.
Oh, damn, this is delicious.
Oh, good? You like it?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, so good.
My grandmother would be happy. It's good.
Hunting is very much part of the culture here. Traditionally, you hunted to eat, to stay warm, to survive. And there is no game more prized than the moose. Just over 300 miles from the capital of St. John's, about a 7-hour drive through some beautiful, if rugged and wild country, is Buckins, for what we are told is prime moose hunting. A beautiful lake, rustic cabins, where a few friends can hunt and forage, and perhaps in between combing the wilds in search of the elusive moose, throw together a simple wilderness meal around the campfire. Nothing fancy, just the bare essentials.
We're drinking Sacrament from Prince Edward County, Ontario. Hinterland Winery. And we're also drinking a wine from here, the Maritimes, Nova Scotia. It's a Benjamin Bridge Méthode Classique Rosé.
Roughing it in usual style.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Are we facing up to having a successful hunt?
Welcome to Newfoundland, boys. Thanks for joining us.
If this is failure, I want more.
Thankfully, fully aware of my jinx-like effect on on-camera hunting scenes, the boys have stocked our larder with many delicious things. So we're covered.
Whoa. Kotakina?
Finocchina.
What?
So,
What did you call me?
Finocchio.
Oh, that's awesome.
No.
You often eat in the rain?
Like I said, you're in Newfoundland.
It was Miami like 5 minutes ago.
You don't come here for the weather.
No, literally 5 minutes ago, it was like sunglasses.
And that's Newfoundland. 4 seasons in one day.
And how many times have you been here?
I've never been here. Wait,
No.
No, never.
You guys were all like...
Whoa, wait a minute. This is your first time.
Our first time in Newfoundland. We've tried to come on a couple of occasions, but no, we've never been
Proud
here.
Canadians.
This is not one of the destinations that a Canadian ends up in.
And yet you decided to open a fine dining restaurant that, by definition, is seasonal and requires at least a significant part of your clientele to get on a plane and make the kind of commitment that these motherfuckers clearly have not made. And this is them.
Yeah, I mean, we just wanted to do what we love to do and cook good food and celebrate Newfoundland product.
And where do these oysters hail from?
These are Beausoleil oysters.
Beausoleil, yeah.
Named after the early Manson family killer.
Was there Beausoleil in the Manson
Bobby
family?
Beausoleil. In fact, the entire Manson family's killings were designed to draw suspicion away from Bobby Beausoleil.
I was always a fan of Squeaky Fromm.
They just let Leslie Van Houten out of the joint.
Correct.
And I hear she likes camping.
Fred and Dave do not travel light. Previously acquired stunt moose, the legs slow roasted over an open fire. The ribs of the same beast braised on the coals. A natural gravy simmers away. A cured ham brought from our generous friend Martin Picard in Montreal. But first, cans.
Oh my good God, look at that thing.
It's jellied foie gras.
Look at this thing. Jesus.
This is the proof of our low self-esteem.
A tureen of wild hare drizzled with sauce.
What?
Another tureen of pheasant, wild duck, and guinea hen, loaded with pleasing hunks of foie gras.
Oh, look at that.
A wild boar tureen.
Do you have boars here?
No.
Hogzillas?
No.
That's another thing.
Hogzilla?
I think it would be an amazing legacy for Joe Beef to introduce a foreign species to Newfoundland.
I think that's awesome.
Like, that's the kind of shit people don't do anymore.
Wow. So you're mixing canned and fresh truffle?
Yeah, because we can. The same reason the dogs eats his ass. Because he can.
After a humiliation in the wild as severe as ours, as sporting gentlemen, it is required that we discharge our weapons.
Yeah.
Repeatedly. Well, in this case, at non-living things.
All right, pull.
Got a fish.
Okay, pull.
What are the symptoms of lead poisoning?
Inability to hit a skeet.
Oh. It's a bad place for hippies to go camp on the other side.
Yeah.
Pull. 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 Is that the stuff you learn in West Virginia, Stan?
Our main course arrives as the temperature drops. Moose shoulder and ribs, neck braised in red wine, wild mushrooms, and grilled Scotch lovage for the essential vegetable component, and roast chestnuts, bacon, and pearl onions.
Whoa, look at that. It's gorgeous.
We didn't shoot a moose, but we're going to taste the moose. That's good.
Wow.
Yeah, let's pass the nug. Who's nuts?
Thank you. Wow. It's good.
Moose meat, best meat, #1 meat in the world. No better meat than moose. That's for sure.
Wow. Yeah. This is amazing.
I think that it's a treat, and it's, I've said for years that moose meat is the best meat. The champagne of animal protein. Well,
You're right. It is something special.
Don't even mind the rain anymore.
look at that. Like, what is that? It's amazing.
It's a great day.
He'll hop in your hand.
Would he? You
Yep.
might.
Here, look, watch.
Put something in your hand and you'll get it.
Look, he's on the camera. I really want to do this. He's gone? Oh, he's on Tony's head.
Animals love me. Yeah. I told you. I'm like St. Francis of fucking Assisi. Well, look, they really are hitting him. Well, this could get ugly really quickly. Next thing you know, they're pecking our eyeballs out and tunneling up our asses.
It's 63 feet.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Thank you, sir. What are we drinking?
A little Benjamin Bridge Brut Reserve out of Nova Scotia. Cheers.
Gentlemen, cheers.
To the queen.
No, I hate the aristocracy, man.
They don't have long.
Raymond's in St. John's is probably the best-known, most celebrated restaurant in Newfoundland. It's gotten the region national, even international attention with its hyper-localized, wildly creative menus.
Wow, this is exciting. Oh, wow.
Seafood Tower, yes. Razor clams, snow crab, mussels, capelin, whelk, and sea urchin.
Oh, look at that.
Little plump sacks of goodness. Oh, God, that's good. Bocarones, I'm very excited about as well.
Whelks is my game.
Really?
Oh, love.
The bocarones are quite remarkable. This is really good.
I'm gonna pass tuna around.
I like the little berries.
Yeah, they're neat. That's funny. There's no oysters on this or clams, which is
right.
Refreshing.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah. It's only local.
Okay, here we go.
Today we're just going to do just a scallop crudo, basically raw scallop. Just with a salt, fresh herbs, a few simple garnishes. It doesn't need much. It is what it is, you know? It speaks for itself.
For me, the ocean, the definition of the ocean, when I think of the ocean, I think of New England, the northern part of France, you know, magnificent, steel gray, intimidating.
It's the coldest fucking water. Iceland, here.
Sterile.
Northern Europe.
Northern Atlantic.
Right.
This is like where it's all about.
Yeah.
Or for me, it was always where it's all about.
There's no draggers, no nothing. It's just, you know, friends of mine who gear up and who are crazy enough to jump in the Atlantic Ocean, go to the bottom. They emerge with these baskets of beautiful scallops.
All right, let's get started.
Look at the nerve that's still in it. You see it there? Fresh scallop.
want to keep it pretty simple, I mean, yeah.
They're delicious. You can't get much fresher than that.
No, I wouldn't say.
I take it on myself to turn it into an nasturtium tacos. Tacos of scallop.
I love nasturtiums.
Wow.
We're eating Newfoundland.
Yeah.
We're so fortunate here in Newfoundland and Labrador to be able to serve wild game, moose, rabbits, partridge, grouse. It's a really big part, big staple of our menu, obviously. It's the reason why the restaurant's pretty much open, you know? Nowhere else in the country you can do that.
Heart of caribou tartare with Adler and chanterelle.
I'm enjoying this meal.
Yeah, man, it's...
Very, very, very much. It's really, really good.
Jeremy Charles, in my opinion, honestly, I would say easily top chef in Canada, most likely, you know?
As a model of bravery, determination, courage, pride, and not a false no.
We've not ate anything that's not from this island.
Well, what we got here is the cod sound. It's the swim bladder of the codfish. It just goes right up the middle of the fish. We've been touring around with this for a long time. So this is almost like boot leather, you know? It's really, really tough. So we'll salt it overnight, then we'll soak it, and then we'll dehydrate it. And this is the product you're left with. It's almost like a chicharron type of texture, you know? But my grandmother, she'd probably just render out pork fat scrunchions, and they just fry these off, you know? So what we'll do then is we'll drop that in the oil, and it's gonna puff up, becomes this beautiful chip.
Charred whelk with brejola of seal and crispy cod sounds.
What was this?
Sound of floating bladder.
Bladder, yeah, I like that. Good. Bladder.
It's what?
Fried bladder.
Smell it, though. It's good, this Carbadorchi.
It's delicious.
The onslaught of food continues. Cod fillet with cod liver quenelle, partridge profiterole, and this, the classic local staple, Jig's dinner, reinvented into a pasta dish.
It's beautiful.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
I'll go so far as saying it's the best pasta I've ever eaten.
Wow. The pasta itself is extraordinary.
Even the detail in this room is amazing. Even the carpets, if you notice.
No.
We have a pair for you.
No way. That's super creepy. I'm alarmed. As you step away from the urinal, are you shaking the last couple of drops?
Yes.
On my face every time? Wow, I don't know what to say. I'm stunned.
Last but not least, chanterelle ice cream.
Oh, it's good.
Ooh. It tastes like farmer's daughter. That musty funk, you know, in the hayloft.
It's spectacular ice cream, though, for real. I'm like I'm mad at you for not having made this already.
No.
You're the king of soft serve flavors. You've not done chanterelle ice cream, Fred. I'm kind of pissed.
Tons of it. You just never pay attention.
It's kind of dirty. In a good way. I mean, in a really good way. I hope they don't find that 8-ball.
How long is the flight?
Just about 45 minutes.
45 minutes, that's enough to see, you know, all the good films that Michael Bay ever made.
I'm going to France. Not like Francophone Canada, but France. Really. A little bit of actual France, sitting about 45 minutes offshore. The islands of Pierre and Miquelon, France's last foothold in North America. French cars, French food, pay in euros, and French attitude.
We really have a French way of life here, really. We eat French. I think we think French also, almost.
Our hosts on this otherwise male-centric brocation are Maite and her friend, Hillary. People around here don't eat out much. Instead, most cook at home, often with friends.
This is sea urchin pâté.
Yes. Pâté d'oursin, a sea urchin pâté. Plump sacks of roe fresh off the beach, formed into a loaf and cooked with bread, garlic, and onions, and utterly delicious.
Look at that.
This is a try.
Wow, it's pretty. Look at that. Wow, it's sensational.
You like it?
Fantastic.
Good.
Wow, that's good.
You know, this is a kind of dish for real we should do, like
that's a very
buy
good
a lot
idea.
of urchins, transform it all at once when it's at the peak of freshness, make a solid pâté and serve it slice by slice, like foie gras, you know?
My mind's already racing. Urchin sausages.
Steal this recipe, dude. This is good.
Well, we'll have to call it pâté maïté.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. What an honor. I don't have copyrights on that because it's local.
Classic.
Really traditional from here.
Yes, is it? Yeah, you've had this all your life.
Yes.
Wow.
Stuffed squid over rice.
Ooh.
This is family style, you know.
Nice. Wow, look at that.
Cover my thing.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want some rice with it?
Wow.
You know, traditional and family meal.
Yeah. You're an amazing cook.
Thank you.
This is really great.
Maybe you're gonna have to open a small little restaurant. Did you ever think of that?
Well, I'm planning to open a pastry shop.
Really?
Yeah.
You bake as well.
Braised halibut, simple and perfect.
Halibut.
Wow, look at that.
Are these potatoes from here?
From France.
Sont les rats de Noirmoutier?
Oh no, we would like to. We love.
Les charlottes? Les belles de Fontenay?
Your knowledge of tubers is dazzling.
Fred has an incredible amount of pedantic knowledge about several subjects.
Oh, wow, this is great.
At this point, there's only one thing missing.
Oh, wow. Wow.
No
Look
way.
at this.
Local cheese. Glorious cheese.
This is
This is a tarte crème d'amande.
With urchins.
No. With baked apples and blackberries from here.
fantastic.
You have to open a little table d'invité or something like that. You have so much talent in cooking and sourcing and talking about it. Don't stick to the pastry shop. That's my gut feeling. I mean,
I want to talk to you about financials as well. I want to talk to you, no, but I want to talk to you about how when you say tea shop and there's no money in it.
You have to sell wine.
So make a small wine bar. But wine bar is a license to print money.
Wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
I'm so happy with this cheese. The meal in general, all of it was fantastic.
It was a brilliant
so happy.
meal. It was a grand repas.
This is the meal I needed. This is really a throwback. This is the sort of meal that you have a hard time finding in France now.
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You really have a hard time finding a true, proud French regional meal.
It's incredibly difficult.
I am above all things a man of the people, a regular Joe, a man as moved by a simple slab of mom's meatloaf as I am of lark's tongues in aspic, studded with truffles and moistened with the tears of baby unicorn. Big R's provides the local version of comfort food that all of us, chefs and regulars, want and need.
Right, now correct me if I'm wrong. The indigenous specialties would be the jig's dinner.
Yeah.
And we got to get the funyuns, the bunions, the scrunchions.
Scrunchions?
The
You think they can whip up some beets and goat cheese for me?
Fried bologna, and don't sneer, it's awesome. And you gotta have some fried clam strips, for Dave anyway. Liver and onions for Fred. Pan-fried cod's tongues. They call it a Jig's dinner. Perhaps the ultimate Newfoundland classic. Like a pot au feu or a New England boiled dinner. Basically, boiled salt beef, cabbage, turnips, potatoes, and peas pudding. Topped with gravy. Preferably lots of gravy.
Oh, this is magnificent.
This is something you have at your grandmother's house on the
Really?
weekend.
It's basically pot au feu.
That's beautiful.
And when gravy's this, without
Yes, 100%.
apology.
Yeah, no apologies. Yeah.
By the way, who can make the more cookbook ready plate? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I love this gravy.
Give the boys the recipe for the Joe beef Swiss chard.
Oh, it's amazing. We have a lot of Swiss chard in the restaurant.
And the gardens as
And
well.
for years and years and years, we used to serve it to customers, and they never liked it.
Wow.
So what we started doing is we split the stems from the greens. We'll take the stems, we'll blanch them like in the presto oven, then we'll juice them.
I'm happy.
We'll take the juice, reduce it, then we'll char lightly the leaves.
Clam strip.
Thank you kindly.
We'll chop them, ciselé, and we'll combine both with a bit of butter.
Swap you a little bit of bologna for a clam strip. Okay,
Okay,
I'm going in.
Sometimes we put the peppers that we smoke in the smoker.
All right. Cheers.
We'll bake it in the oven with Parmesan cheese and breadcrumb, and then we'll toss it in the garbage.
Immediately.
You know what I like to do on a Sausage Fest themed show like this one? I like to get liquored up and throw axes at a target, hoping, of course, they don't bounce off and sink into my groin or somebody else's groin. I hate when that happens.
Have you done this before?
I've thrown axes. I throw axes.
I had a throwing axe board in the back of Joe Beef until I realized it wasn't really safe.
All right, try not to cut your own ear off.
You want to draw back nice and slow over your head. Lean right in. When your arm is straight out and it's parallel with the ground, that's when you
release.
That's it.
Is there a William Tell kind of story in Newfoundland with a cod over the head and the father that threw the axe?
Not yet, not yet. Do it proud. Go, Fred.
Got him. Well, watch your head there. All right, so far we kind of suck. This is not encouraging.
Try the double hand, yeah. Almost close.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my axe to good use and cut a little bit of that Munster cheese and that.
Now you're talking. Let's have a little pork, some stinky cheese. It'll become Thor the Thunder God. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try again. I will get this right. We're going back to drinking after this, I can tell you right now. Something I excel at.
Oh, yes. Wow. Now I'm making my David tattoo even bigger.
I'm gonna concentrate. I'm gonna think of someone I really, 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 really hate.
Yes!
Oh! Oh! Oh, fuck you.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Let's bring the Royal Order of Screechers to order.
One final bit of business remains in this enchanted land called Newfoundland. An ancient and solemn ritual reserved for newcomers. An official welcome and initiation. A way of saying, you are welcome. You are just maybe now one of us.
Oh, there's fire involved.
It's always fun when there's fire involved.
I feel much better about this.
Today, I will be screeched in.
I do need you to take a small piece of Newfoundland steak.
Is it organic?
And yes, of course, yes. Do not worry about if you're vegetarian. There's not real much meat in it. Anyway.
Thank you
And
kindly.
David and Tony. And David?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. In 1497, there was a man by the name of John Cabot. John Cabot sailed the Atlantic on his boat, the Matthew, all the way from Bristol, England to Bonavista Bay. And when he arrived, he saw lots of activity in our water. Now, he didn't know what was going on, but he dropped his bucket down to fill it up with water. And when he came up to the top of the boat, it was filled right to the rim with codfish. Now, word got out fast how plentiful the fish were in our waters that they traveled from all over to settle here and to catch the fish, salt the fish, trade the fish all around the world as a means of survival. In one place in particular that we traded with was with Jamaica. Because in Jamaica, they make rum. And we loved rum. We loved it so much that we would actually get that on that wharf and we'd kiss the fish goodbye, knowing that it was coming back to us in the way of rum. So in keeping with that time and honor tradition, I do have a little buddy for you to meet.
It's a gremlin.
This is a real Newfoundland codfish. Given the chance, this fish could have grown up to the height of 6 feet tall, weighed as much as 130 pounds. This fish won't grow any more than this because it's dead. I do need you all to pucker up and give this fish a little kiss. Excellent, Fred. There we go.
On the lips?
You're best to go first and last, and by the Jesus, keep that tongue in your mouth. All right. Excellent.
Did you name your fish Valtrex?
I will now.
You were just at a strip club, though, right? Were you? Where did you put that mouth?
Tony, you can't catch it twice.
Oh, here, me darling.
Oh, my God, Vince. Come on, love. Let go. Okay, this is like an aphrodisiac for you, too. Okay. And we can't have a drink without having a toast. So please wait till everybody gets their shot and we'll do it together. Okay, so here's to health and your company, and one for the lasses. Let's drink and be merry all out of our glasses. Let's drink and be merry, bad thoughts to refrain, for we may or may not ever all be here again. Up to the lips, over the gums. Look out, gullet. Here she comes. Watch her back. Okay, now, I now declare you all honorary Newfoundlanders. Awesome. There we go. David!
Oh, well, I's the boy that builds a boat, and I's the boy that sails her, and I's the boy that catches the fish and brings it home to Liza. Hip your partner, Sally the Poe, hip your partner, Sally Brown, Boga, Twinning, Gay, Morton's Harbor, all around the circle. I took Liza to a dance with fate that she could travel. Every step that she did take was up to her knees in gravel. Hip your partner, Sally the Poe, hip your partner, Sally Brown, Boga, Twinning, Gay, Morton's Harbor, all around the circle. I don't want your maggoty fish, they're no good for winter, and I can buy as good as that way down in Bonavista. Hip your partner, Sally the Bow, hip your partner, Sally Brown, Foga, Twinning, Gay, Morton's Harbor, all around the circle.
Serge is Armenian. Like most Armenians around the world, he wasn't born in Armenia. Armenia remains a dream, a subject of stories, yet still, against all odds, a place.
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la.
Armenia is a small, landlocked Christian nation surrounded by mostly non-Christian neighbors. Azerbaijan over there, Iran down there, and Turkey right there. Turkey and relations with Turkey, and the Armenian people's terrible history with that country being the central and defining issue of Armenian identity, and a present-day political reality 103 years after what just about anyone would call genocide. Turkey has always adamantly denied that, saying it was simply a messy war. Yeravan is the capital of Armenia, a city of about 1 million people. Mount Ararat looms over it, a cultural touchstone and a constant reminder of what was done on the other side. Think of Armenia, and chances are you think instead of an Armenian. Maybe someone you know, or maybe someone on TV. These guys, for instance, famous Armenians. We needed an Armenian. I needed an Armenian to push me over the edge, help me find a window, a lens with which to look at a country which, for some reason, I'd managed to not visit on my travels. Then, this guy reached out. Serge Tankian, frontman for the Armenian-American band System of a Down. And the whole thing started to fall into place. Serge first visited Armenia 17 years ago. Since then, he's performed a number of shows, including one with System of a Down during the centennial of the Armenian genocide. We meet up at Dolmama, his favorite restaurant in Yeravan, and right away, I identify a potential problem.
Well, my first question is, I understand you're a pescatarian?
Yeah.
How does one...
You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
This is a landlocked country in the heart of, like, meat on a stick zone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to see how you navigate your way through this week.
Yeah. Well, we've got amazing trout and lots of great veggies. Yeah.
I'm just busting your balls.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
So, how Armenian are you? I mean...
That's a really good question.
You were born in...
I was born in Beirut, grew up in L.A. I'm Armenian by culture. Both my parents are Armenian. My grandparents, ended up in Syria and Lebanon because of the genocide. Mm-hmm. And how Armenian am I? That's a really good question, man. Majority of Armenians that live in the diaspora didn't voluntarily migrate. Mm-hmm. You know, they were forced migrations, pogroms, and after the genocide, so they ended up in the Middle East and Europe and different parts of the world. So we have this kind of feeling of being kicked out. And that longing is different than other diasporas, I think, because of that.
Diaspora Armenian communities, wherever they are, have been held together by deep feelings of nationalism and injustice for what happened to them, and how the world refused to acknowledge it. Dolmama specializes in modern versions of Armenian classic dishes. Hashlama, a braised lamb shank served with rice pilaf.
It's a big little snack.
That is a leg of lamb, a little guy, yes?
Yeah.
Wow, it's pretty too.
So Monty's like, my grandmother used to make it, but it looks completely different than this, because this is vegetarian Monty. They're like little boats with spices and onions.
You probably thank Genghis Khan for this, the dumplings.
He made it happen. He took all the manuscripts, killed 1 million people, but brought
But he left
dumplings.
you dumplings.
He left me, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, this is what my soul needed.
Good.
What was it like coming back the first time? And how old were you, and what was it like?
I had a mystical connection because I had never been to Armenia, and we had only read about it in books, per se, Armenia, modern Armenia is different, than what I had thought of, because it's thriving, it's young, it's got a lot of interesting dynamics. And I remember first time I flew back to LA, the feeling that I got getting out of the plane is, why am I back here? Like, it was a weird thing where it's this inescapable feeling of kind of the land having some kind of pull on your blood or something like that, genealogy. I don't know what it is.
Do you think that Armenia looks to the West for anything?
Yes, definitely. I think, culturally, Armenia is very European.
Culturally?
Culturally.
But
Politically, it's very much tied into Russia. Not just as an ex-Soviet republic, but there's a lot of economic investment from Russia. And Russia, obviously, based on the last two world wars, is extremely, what's the word? They're very afraid of their borders, let's say, you know?
Yes.
They're, you know,
they are acutely sensitive to particularly this area. There are 3 million Armenians living in Armenia, another 8 million around the world. Ever since the genocide, it's been a long existential struggle for survival. Recent history is defined by 3 major events: a massive earthquake in 1988, followed by the collapse of the USSR in 1991, and then a full-scale war with Azerbaijan in 1992. Not to mention limited employment opportunities and, most significantly, its borders, of which approximately 80% have been closed due to relationships with its Turkish and Azeri neighbors. Things have not been easy for Armenians. On a hillside overlooking Yeravan sits a sprawling memorial to the genocide of 1915. On the other side of town, another memorial, the Yeravan Cascade. Richard Giragosian is an American-born professor and political analyst who now lives here in Armenia. How many were lost during this?
Most estimates historically put it around 1.5 million.
It's a lot of people.
Especially a lot of people when we look at the per capita, when we look at the impact this had.
So what happened? In the early 20th century, what was historically Western Armenia was under the control of the Ottoman Empire, present-day Turkey. Justifying their actions by the widely held sentiment that Christian Armenians would align themselves with a hostile and also Christian Russia, then undergoing its second revolution and threatening their borders, the Turks rounded up Armenian intellectuals and summarily executed them. Military and police units were dispatched to the countryside to drive out Armenians from their villages. They hanged local leaders in the town squares, burned churches, destroyed manuscripts, then marched anyone left towards the Syrian desert, deliberately starving them along the way. Those who survived scattered across the globe. They formed large and vibrant communities that survive today. They never forgot the past and who and what had pushed them from their homeland. Let's start with this, genocide. Many people seem awfully and curiously reluctant to use this word. As American national or foreign policy, we use what, catastrophe? Yeah, a regrettable series of incidents.
Yeah, how insulting.
Yes. But I mean, it seems to me, just as a casual observer, anytime a state actor or organization makes a concerted and organized effort to eradicate any ethnic or national group, that's genocide, right?
Yes. What's important, though, however, is this is our defining issue. This is the unifying issue, and it's probably in many ways the only defining issue, both good and bad.
For Armenians, both diaspora and living here?
Yes. It's the fact that, yes, my grandfather's a survivor, every family's touched, but it's not the personal, it's also the political. If Turkey wasn't so adamant about denying the historical accuracy, this is what makes it a living issue, a present issue.
Going forward, do you think there will be some kind of reconciliation?
Well, I'm a little more positive. This is now the turning point. Armenia looking to normalize relations with Turkey, not because of the genocide, but despite the genocide.
Do you have any expectation of fruitful negotiations with Erdogan? It seems to me that things have kind of taken a downward turn.
They have, but it was never supposed to be that easy or that quick. We also need to go beyond victimization and to take more pride in survival.
lavash, the national bread. An ever-present feature on the Armenian table and a part of everyday life. Baked on a tonir, or underground clay oven, its preparation is passed down from generation to generation. Markets like Gum, near the city center, date back to Soviet days, but they remain a favorite stop for an older generation of Armenians.
Պատրճան, բիբար, լոլիկ, կաղամբ, ինչ պիտի առնենք։
October brings an array of seasonal produce, and Miriam and her grandmother Leah pick up ingredients for a fall tradition, gapama, a rice dish baked in pumpkin.
Գապամայի համար որն է հարմար։ Էս հարմար է։
The top of the pumpkin is removed, and the seeds and pulp are scraped out. Dried fruit, almonds, and honey are mixed with rice and baked inside.
Incredible.
So, as main course, we prepared rapama, which has its own song. Serge.
Yeah.
Usually, when you bring in the dish, you sing it. We don't cook it very often, but it's an autumn meal. We have some pickles there. We have Armenian cheese there, and I'm gonna serve Armenian bread. I'm sure.
And this looks like hummus.
It is
yes,
hummus.
it is absolutely.
Hummus and mutaba.
Yeah, and it's not Armenian.
This is mutaba, yeah. We're not laying any claims that they're Armenian, but many Western Armenian families grow up with this on the table as well.
Miriam, her mother and grandmother were all born here in Yeravan. Her husband, Nazareth, and his family are more typical of the diaspora Armenians. His mom, Nar, was born in Beirut, Nazareth in Toronto.
What language will your children speak? And where will they live?
Here?
Yeah, here.
No hesitation.
That's the easy question to answer.
But, I mean, I think the two of us would like them to grow up being equally comfortable with Armenian, Russian, and English.
Yep.
All three languages are very, very important for anyone growing up in Armenia.
Yeah, I mean, they are the two largest Armenian diasporas, Russia and America, so.
How many years as part of the Soviet Union?
70 years more, since 1921, more or less, until 1991, so 70 years.
But what remains of those times?
Հարցնում են սովետական ժամանակներից ձեր կարծիքով Հայաստանում հիմա ինչն է մնացել։
Գիտեք, առաջ բարյացական վերաբերմունքը մարդկանց այդա շատ է կողմնակի մարդկանցից։ Հիմա վերաբերմունքը փոխվել է եւ բոլորը դարել են ինդիվիդուալիստներ։
You sound wistful about the old days. Are things better now or worse?
Չէ, դժվար է ասել լավ է թե վատ է, որովհետեւ կարելի է լավը եւ վատը։
When Armenia was swallowed up by the Soviet Union in 1922, it became the Armenian Soviet Socialist Republic. With that came purges and paranoia, but also a rapid industrialization, the evidence of which is still seen today in the abandoned factories and workers' blocks of another time. And a Soviet mentality and sizable Russian presence still hang over the country like a dead weight. No matter how you felt about Soviet rule, the transition was a rough one. After the collapse of the USSR in 1991, Armenia suffered terrible food shortages and a ruined electrical grid that allowed only a couple of hours of power a day, if you were lucky.
The worst of those years would be 1992 to 1994.
Right.
But then a few years after 94 as well.
There was a lot of pilferage in the beginning. There was a lot of, it was dark, dark days.
I'm the generation who literally learned alphabet with a candlelight. Back then we had only 2 hours maybe. Մամս որական քանի ժամ լույս էր լինում։ Մի ժամ, 2 ժամ, 3 ժամ։ It was something to observe because during those 2 hours, someone would go to the balcony and scream in the yard, "We have lights, the electricity is back." And everybody would go to their laundry, ironing, cooking, everything would be done in that 1 hour. With the slide there.
Ժամանակները մենք սարսափով ենք հիշում եւ զարմանում ենք ինչպես ենք դիմացել։
Oh, yeah. But they raised us with love And we would play games. Mom would have her friends coming over playing guitar. Looking back, I don't remember that darkness. I remember that it was dark, but emotionally, we didn't feel that. Parents, grandparents really did their best for kids not to feel that darkness.
It was heroism on their part.
Especially in the winter.
Especially in the winter.
But also, I think we're observing very interesting period of our history when change is happening. Little by little, and it's us to make, right, Serge?
Center is an after-school program for kids. You get to pick your course of study, be it art, technology, creative writing, whatever. There are no grades, no mandatory course requirements, and upwards of 14,000 kids are enrolled at 4 locations across Armenia. It's free, an entirely non-profit, privately funded venture, an investment in the youth of a young country.
To complement their formal education. The curriculum is not mandatory. You pick what you want. You can pick music, graphic design, 3D modeling, or programming, game, whatever, photography, robotics.
The managing director, Marie-Lou Papazian, and her husband Pegor are 2 former members of the Armenian diaspora. Both extraordinary, but not unusual in the new Armenia. They're not expats, but repats, people who, though not born here, have chosen to come home and help build a nation.
We grew up together in Beirut, then moved to the States, and the reason we moved was because of the Armenian thing. Our kid was growing up, so we told our friends we're going to move, we need him to go to Armenian school, so they said, "You're going to Armenia?" I said, "No, Glendale, California." But eventually we did move here 12 years ago.
Living in Glendale and keeping always saying you have to keep your identity was strange. And every time coming up with stories for the kids. You have to love your country, you're Armenian, you have to speak Armenian.
Whereas once you're here, you just forget all about that, and it's more about being a good person, you know, having ambitions, all of that, and the Armenianness part, you can let that happen naturally.
Apricot vodka is a good start to a meal. Guyane is a local favorite, a restaurant operating out of what was once a private home. Something of a throwback to Soviet days, like the Cuban Paladars, when private enterprise, not to mention the spending of money on entertainment, could be frowned on, and privacy was at a premium. Trout wrapped and baked in lavash. This is not light cooking.
There's certain things about, especially the last maybe 20, 30 years of the Soviet Union, 60s on, that not the brutal early Bolshevik Stalinist times, but later on where, you know, in terms of investment in culture and education.
Well, I mean, it's very much a legacy of the Soviet Union. Armenia was kind of the nerd republic in a way. They specialized in different republics, and Armenia was where they concentrated science, technology, particle accelerator, radio telescope, all of that. And so we've benefited from that. And you see a lot of Armenians attributing that to our genes and so on. But of course, our genes are the same as anyone else's. It's the culture that, right. You know, you take the good with the bad, and the good is we're a cerebral nation in a way. That's how we grew up. We like chess, we're nerds.
Չեմ կարող մոռանալ աչերը քո սեր Չեմ կարող չհիշել հայացքը քո ջեր
Armenia enjoyed a somewhat celebrated status during Soviet times, and Russian influence is everywhere still. Chess is taught in public schools, a basic life skill. It's probably the fact that Armenia was such a powerhouse of smart, highly educated brainiacs with strong backgrounds in engineering, math, rocketry, and technology. A veritable Silicon Valley of the Caucasus that largely spared them the worst of Soviet rule. And also perhaps the reason that it continues to be a leader in IT. I meet a few members from the tech community at a local brewery in Yeravan. Arthur, an industry writer. Harot, a software engineer. And Ruben, a cybersecurity consultant.
So what are you making? What is coming of this? IT is a big, that's a big house.
So websites, web-based stuff and chip design, we're all over the place actually. But this comes from the old times, you know, like in Soviet times, what happened is they manufactured chips, lots of electronic stuff for, I heard for Soviet submarines.
But actually it was an issue of success story in the Soviet time. I mean, you can have a success story if you were a Communist Party official or if you were doing science, or perhaps artist, and that's it. And the science was the most clean career. I mean, you were not compromising your own beliefs and you were doing something good.
If you were to imagine the perfect business or the most efficient export for a landlocked nation with most of its borders closed, it would be information technology, right? Or to put it simply, brains.
They teach chess in school?
Yeah.
In school?
Yeah.
Starting at what age?
Third grade. My son hates it. He's a fourth grader.
Second grade.
So everybody plays chess, or was?
Yeah, you kind of.
That already is a very different.
I have a ranking actually.
Really, I didn't know. Come on.
Small one, but still.
But that's a very different mentality than most places.
We have actually, my mom took me to chess class. It was not because of the country, like a super nation in chess or something. Just she wanted to take me in some place where like I can develop my brains.
But actually, there's a quick answer. When you are being oppressed during your history, knowledge is something that cannot be taken off you. Anything can happen. Soviet Union can collapse. There can be pogroms. There can be emigration. They can take your home. They can take your fortune. But knowledge and skill is something that remains with you for all of the time. And that's why Armenians are investing in education, in knowledge, in skill, to invest in development of a child. All of us are children that were invested in. The knowledge is something that you always keep with you. I think this explains a lot.
My trip to the disputed Armenian-controlled enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh requires an early morning stop at a military base on the outskirts of Yeravan. And apparently, a flight in this thing. A smoking, flame-belching, banged-up-looking Soviet Mi-8 twin-turbine chopper whose appearance prior to boarding does not fill me with confidence. But once up in the air, it takes me over crags and peaks and steppes across the internationally recognized border with Azerbaijan to what the Armenians call Artsakh, an isolated pocket surrounded on all sides by Azeris. Whose mountains these are is a subject of contention and conflict, to say the least. When the borders of the South Caucasus were drawn by the Russian conquerors some 200 years ago, a strong Russian presence kept ethnic and religious rivalries in check. But whenever disorder hit Russia, war has broken out here, most recently after the fall of the USSR. The brutal conflict went largely ignored internationally. As with any war, particularly wars with an ethnic or religious component over territory, it was ugly, murderous, and with atrocities committed by both sides. 1992 was a turning point. The Armenians organized and created their own army, and surprising everyone, pushed through and took full control of Karabach and the surrounding areas. These buffer zones are ethnically Azeri and bitterly contested and the subject of continuing dispute. There are still violent confrontations, the latest being a 4-day battle in the spring of 2016. Russia's role in the conflict is suspiciously cynical. They actively arm, support, and advise both sides, as it appears in their interest that there be no lasting resolution. Travel to this region continues to be a particularly sensitive issue, especially for the Azeris. Simply by coming here, I've become, as I read in the papers a few days later, officially persona non grata in Azerbaijan. Stepanakert is the capital of the Autonomous Republic of Nagorno-Karabakh. And overlooking it, the village of Shushi. Shingalo hats is a specialty of the region. This lavash bread is stuffed with greens and onions before being toasted atop a cast iron sheet. Horovats, basically Armenian barbecue. Meat on a stick, which is, let's face it, always good.
Yeah, it's our trend, Karabach. Armenian try sometimes cook it. Not the same thing.
Armenia and Karabakh. Yeah. Two different things, or the same?
Not really. Karabakh is definitely part of the Armenian civilization and the Armenian culture. I wouldn't separate them.
I think Karabakh is part of Armenia, but not part of Republic of Armenia. It's like a continuation of Armenia. We are the same.
Tigran served in the military and is now in Karabakh's only opposition party. Tatul is a journalist. Saro, our host, is Armenian, but born in Azerbaijan, having fled during the war. He now runs a guest house here in Shushi.
To what extent is this not just a religious conflict?
No, it's not religious.
Not at all?
No, nothing.
Look,
nothing.
This is a Christian island.
No.
In
Well, this is Christian island, it's true. This is Christian island, but the conflict of Nagorno-Karabakh is not religious.
There are people, hardliners here, who refer to Azeris as Turks.
But they are Turks.
They are Turks.
They are Turks, yes, they are
So
Turks.
please explain.
I think probably they are not identified, they did not bear historical responsibility for the actions committed by the Ottomans, but the struggle of the people of Nagorno-Karabakh for their existence is a continuation of the struggle of Armenian people to live peacefully in their historical homeland.
I'm not saying that the Azeris and Turks are the same nations, but they are Turkic nations.
They're working in unison.
Yeah, they are working in unity today to isolate Armenia.
Do you think there's a sense that when people look at this conflict, they look back and they say, this is what could happen in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. It is absolutely an existential conflict. If we lose, we know that we will be destroyed.
Who will help? Who cares?
Support.
Who will support you if things once again get ugly? What do you think the future?
No one.
What do you
No
think?
one.
No one.
I think there is a clear understanding in Armenian society that we can only rely on ourselves.
But another reality is we are paying very, very high price. Since 1994, Armenians and Karabakh sides lost about 3,000 soldiers. We are losing our 18, 20 years old sons, you know. This is sad reality. And I don't know how will this situation continue. I don't know. I think it's right time to dream for peace.
Bravo.
For peace.
I want to.
Yeah.
You read my minds now. So.
It's a 3.5-hour train ride from the capital to Gimry, Armenia's second largest city. Gimry was at the near epicenter of the magnitude 7.0 earthquake that absolutely devastated much of the country in 1988, killing 25,000 people and displacing hundreds of thousands more. Recovery was made more difficult by the subsequent collapse of the Soviet Union and the Karabach War. Manufacturing, infrastructure, the country's industrial base, and political stability all crumbled along with the buildings. A cemetery on the way into town gives you a powerful reminder of how many died. One tombstone after another, all dating back to the same year. Polos Meguch sits on a recently rebuilt street. Inside, I meet with 3 young Gimretsi, determined to rebuild and revitalize their city and their country. Anush works for an equal rights NGO back in Yeravan. Amalia is in tech, and Gayan works in tourism.
So, were you all born here?
Yes.
You're born in this city. But 2 of you live here. Who doesn't live here? Who?
I'm living in Yerevan.
You live in Yeravan now.
I have lived in Yerevan for 4 years, and that's the beauty of my story. Then I came back.
It doesn't matter how it was hard to suffer here. Me, my family, my father, we never fought to leave the city. And that's why, for me, Gimry history is divided into 2 parts. Like, before earthquake, the nice story I heard from my parents, and after the earthquake, the difficulties and hard times we had, but also the renaissance, that now the city is changing because the generation is changing. This is chanakh. This is some typical soup.
Yes. Oh, oxtail.
Yeah.
Oxtail soup, yeah.
It should be a little spicy.
Good.
Yeah.
And this is liver and heart, yes?
Yes,
No, delicious.
with tomato and oil.
What's this dish called? I mean, I know what it is. It's a sheep's head, but...
Yeah.
This is called kalla
Kalla.
in the local language. Kalla.
When I was kid, I remember my father not only went to restaurant with kalla, but he brought to home for us.
Oh, yeah?
And I was afraid. I was afraid of their teeth.
Yeah. Actually, that's the, you got the good part there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask this. Technology, not just here, but Armenia in general, seems to be the major hope for the future. What do you think the city will be like in 20 years?
You know, the history is not a stable thing that we can count on. But what I see 10 years ago and 10 years now, Gimry is developing quite fast. It's really good. I see really good developments. And I can say that's most of the duty of younger generation. I would definitely say that.
It's self-employment and entrepreneurship
Right.
that is developing among the youth in a very kind of fast way these days. Because people understand that if you stay in Gimry, you need to create your own stuff.
We never should stop. We never should wait for others to help our city and ourselves. We should think, we should create, we should use our strong sides and to move forward.
The Gaz M21 Volga executive class 4-door sedan.
Don't mind us. We're just Volgaing.
The ultimate in Soviet driving luxury.
Corinthian leather. Nice.
Yeah.
Wonder what top speed on this thing is.
I don't want to wonder. The decelerator isn't that great.
Right. Only an hour's drive from the capital sits Lake Savan and some beautiful countryside. So it's the Switzerland of Armenia.
This is Dilijan, is the Switzerland of Armenia. It's one of my favorite spots, actually.
What am I eating today?
I think you're eating khash today.
It's said to be a hangover cure.
That's it, yeah. It's made out of legs of cows, I think.
Well, I like legs of cows.
I like their eyes, not to eat, but just to look at.
Yeah, me too. They're so dreamy.
They are. Yeah. No, it's beautiful here.
Cheers, thank you.
It's awesome.
Well said, Mr. Mother.
Yeah, thanks.
Good cold.
Yeah. I'm offering it short, but it has like, I want to do it for Armenia, for the hosts, and for the hash makers.
Okay.
So,
3 in 1.
I think he knows.
Bar of the sun.
Bar of the sun.
Bar of the sun.
It's good that we met.
Cheers.
Welcome.
Joining Serge and I at the table are George, his longtime manager and friend, Melina, the proprietor of the place, and Sam, a restaurateur from Yeravan, along with some friends. Hash is what hipster goofs these days would call bone broth. Basically a stock flavored by roasted beef bones.
In Armenian, we say hash. It means just boil.
Right.
So there is big debate whether it's Georgian or Armenian. Of course, every Armenian is sure it's Armenian.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
No way it's
but don't do the lavash first, please. We're gonna do the
Garlic. First comes garlic.
I see.
But pay attention to the salt. If you are not leveling it with the right
salt,
right level,
garlic level
Okay.
for you, it's okay.
Yeah, so it's garlic, so far so good.
then okay, you have one more plate. You remove the meat.
Wow, this is you take this very seriously.
Yeah, you take
This
it.
is a ritual.
It's a ritual, yes.
It's a ritual.
Does everybody have their own style, or is this the absolute, this the way?
Yeah, but the classics say you have to eat with your hands. This is the classics. You eat with your hands. Whoever is not eating with his hands, they are teasing him. Hey, you're a loser or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
And you're literally judged by a person if he's eating good hash or not.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, see the guy, he's like the first. See the
This is
guy.
harsh.
See the guy.
That's you're like the Ayatollah of food. You're very.
Yes, you may.
Are you ready? Okay. We have a saying when we first come to a house, to a place that hosts us, we say vodka tcherov lini, which literally means let my feet bring luck to this home. So let your feet bring luck to our
Armenia,
country,
yeah,
to Dilijan, and to this home. Hosting us
I think
at the
you're,
moment.
guys, with hash we do like lots of toasts, but it has to be short. This is the tree. You can go, like Armenian toasts are very long.
Yeah, because people have to be concentrated on hash.
No,
they
because
don't.
it will get
cold.
Yeah. Well, we were always between Iran and Rome. So we're used to be between to survive. When you remember you asked the very first question, what is the guy who comes back to Armenia, what they feel? They feel, I survived. I did what my grandfather wanted, what his grandfather wanted. We are here to survive. No matter, is it a war? We're gonna still have this feast.
That's a good toast.
Yeah.
It's a badass.
Yay!
This,
Thanks for your visit here.
The smartest non-electric.